wake up, no sleeping, there's a dream to chase. Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of NXT with NaJee, a part of the Wrestling Heroes and Insiders podcast, aka The Whip Show, and also a part of BodySlam.net. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. We are back right now. After Heatwave. Heatwave was crazy. Thank you to, everybody that was watching, everybody that listened. I went live for the last two matches. That was pretty cool. It was my first time doing that. Had like 400 some people watching. That was pretty dope. But yeah, we're here at episode 57. 57. I was going to wait to see what happened last night, to see if we were going to talk about Heatwave or if we were going to talk about last night. But since last night was so crazy, we're just going to leave it right there. We're going to talk about last night. But there were a couple things that were announced that we're going to talk about really fast before I introduce who my guest is for this week. The NXT Homecoming show is going to be September 16th at Full Sail University. For those people that used to watch the old, black and yellow brand or black and gold, my bad. It's going to be at Full Sail, back where it all started. Tickets just went on sale today, which is Wednesday when we're recording this, even though the episode's going to come out on Thursday. Tickets went pretty fast. Gotta say that. Tickets were going very, very, very fast. They also announced that No Mercy will be in Fort Lauderdale, Florida on Saturday, September 27th. So that's pretty dope. Really, really, really excited for that, my friends. I don't think we really don't get that many PLEs opportunities around here in Florida and whatnot. But this will be a good one if you're in the area. Make sure you guys check it out. But like I said, I am not alone this week, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, as I advertised, we have the sire of NXT himself, Mr. Jordan. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise from our guests. Jordan, where you at? How you doing, brother? I got to get you in here. There you are.
Hello! I like to say, hear ye, raise a glass to thee, the sire has returned.
That's right. That's right. Welcome back, brother. Just in case you guys didn't know, this is one of my really, really, really good friends. We were actually sitting with each other last night at the show. Got exposed a few times for some of our reactions. But Jordan, tell some people about yourself. How long have you been an NXT fan? This is also like your fourth or fifth time on the show. But for the new people who are here, tell them about yourself.
I've been a wrestling fan probably 20 years, if not more, since I was 8, so that's a little bit more. I've been an NXT fan faithfully for almost 2 years, I think, or a little bit over 2 years now. And then didn't even know about going until 2 years ago, and I've been rocking steady since then. So glad to be here, glad to see where it's thriving at, glad to see where you're thriving at. So, and I've seen it firsthand with all my eyes. So I'm glad to see where you're at now.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. It actually just cut out there. What'd you say with all what? It cut out for a second.
Oh, all 4 of mine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We had to make sure the punchline got in there. Of course. But, yo, thank you again. Me and Jordan's usually my partner in crime whenever we go to Evolve, whenever we go to LFG tapings. That's always my go-to guy. Hell, we even get bored and just walk around Disney Springs because that's my brother right there. That's my brother. All right. But, y'all, we're going to jump right into these matches from last night's episode. Huh? Sorry?
I said, let's go.
Oh, that's cool. We're going to jump right into AKA last night's, but since it's Thursday, we're going to say Tuesday night when this episode premieres. It's going to be Thursday. Match number one. After a very interesting start, I don't normally talk about the promos, but we'll get to one of the matches that was birthed during the start of the show. But match number one is Kalani Jordan versus Miss Blake Monroe. Hey. Now, Jordan's a big fan. I'm a fan too. I'm a fan as well. Now
theme song for sure.
Yeah, I was getting ready to bring that up. That's the first thing.
Hits for me. So
everybody last night, they even talked about it on the internet. They talked about it that the crowd could not stop singing her theme song halfway through it. Like even during the commercial break, before Kalani came out, after the match started, it was just somebody yelling, somebody else yelling.
It works. It's doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, I think we might have really started a thing with that one. But halfway through the match, by the way, Kalani's looking great. Kalani's looking dominant, like a powerhouse. And halfway through the match, Jordan Grace's music hits. And we all think, here we go again, right? Jordan's going to come in. Blake's going to run out the back door. We couldn't see this, but we saw it on a replay. I think you actually showed it to me on your phone. Jordan locked the door. So then when Blake tried to run out and get away from Jordan, the door was locked and she had to go back and finish her match with Jordan lingering on the outside of the ring. Now, Kalani ends up getting the win based off of this, because of this distraction. And that's awesome for Kalani because a lot of people were worried that she was going to, take the pin here and get pushed right back
Mhm.
down like she was before.
Mhm.
But now my question for you about this one with Kalani is, do you think that Kalani's ready to be in the main title picture? Do you think she goes back after the North American Championship? What do you think's going to happen with Kalani?
Go for the main. You already had the North American Championship. Go for the main. She's ready. Kalani is ready. And if people don't see it, that's on them. Now everybody saw it with JC, and look at her now.
That's
So
true.
they slack the ones that really shouldn't be slacking and overhype the ones that are like, But I think she's ready for the main title picture after last.
Oh, after Lash. Okay, okay. She said, basically, Jordan saying you're ready, but you got to get in line.
Not too far back.
Respectfully.
Lash, Jada, then Kalani.
Okay, all right. I like that list. That's a very good list. I respect that fully. All right, so now we're going to go into the second match here, which was very goofy. Be honest, it was very goofy, but it was a good one. It was a good one. It was Lexus King versus Miles Bourne in a blindfold match.
This worked.
Blindfold match. It worked. It's
It,
goofy
it,
as
it,
hell.
it, it was comedy. It was good action, and it left you in a good mood.
Yeah, it
Whether
did.
the
It was
outcome or
silly.
not, it was a very good mood.
1,000% for comedic purposes, but it did its thing. And we got a little bit of extra time before the match started with Miles coming out. He got to really feel that love from the fans. He's definitely still 100% over with everybody there.
Mm-hmm.
My question, though, like not even necessarily a question, but I feel like my statement is that I think he's losing the momentum just a little bit because of how fast he got pushed up, like to
Mm-hmm.
going straight to Oba and everything. And I think they're doing it the smart way with Tavion. With the whole Ethan Page thing, that's a good route for him.
I'm ready
Um,
for it, but I'm not because I'm a big fan of both of them.
mm-hmm. So now with Lexus King is also starting to get over with some people. Is he getting over with you yet, or are you still offended because you are the sire of NXT?
Exactly. There's only one king in NXT. It's me, and he off with this. Not
Oh,
working for me. Not working for me yet.
yep. All right. So Lexus still got a little bit of work to do with the sire. So right now you're Lexus Prince. If anything, that the symbol on the back of his jacket was looking very princey last
It
night,
did
wasn't it?
that. Yes.
Yeah, it was looked a lot like Prince, but I guess there was a couple more squiggles in it, which I guess can mean can mean king. But yeah, man, there's a lot of really good, funny spots in this match, including a chop to the ring post by Lexus, and the referee just getting in the way multiple times. Like we were screaming, "Watch out!" And there was a lot of like the crowd helping them out to figure out
That
who
was
was.
fun.
It
We
was a
love an
good one, man.
interactive crowd.
It was really good. Yeah, because we had heard rumors that it was going to be a semi-mid show. And when we hear stuff like that, we know to just kick it up a notch because that's just who we are as a crowd and as a family at NXT. But Lexus ends up winning by cheating. Of course, he takes off his blindfold while the ref is distracted and then, kicks Miles in the old King Jewels and
Mm.
gets the win. And he gets a win. So now we'll see where this
Mm.
continues and we'll see where it goes. Like we said, this match was clearly for comedic purposes and it definitely did its job. That's for sure. So congratulations to Lexus King. Now, we're going to go into match number 3. I know you're excited to talk about this one. We have a tag team match with Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley against Ren Sinclair and a mysterious mystery partner. Now, I tweeted earlier I was hoping that it was going to be Kendall Gray, and if I said if it wasn't Kendall Gray that we were going to riot, I didn't mean it. But maybe they got scared and was like, it's Kendall Gray. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But it did end up being Kendall Gray, which was awesome. We immediately shipped them into being Rendell. We have now created Zaruka and Rendell, and I hope that Rendell can be a thing forever. The Rendell QCC should just be it. I mean, it feels
I'll
a
work
little
with that.
much,
I'll
but
work with that.
we'll work
Yeah.
with it. So like I said, Rendell is born here. How are you feeling about that tag? Did you like it? Did you think it
I'm
meshed well
excited.
together?
Ren is amazing, and Kendall is growing on me, but she's an absolute beast in that ring. So
Mm-hmm.
this can be a really good tag team if they let it flourish. I'm excited to see what it's at. Hopefully, with these female tag teams coming back, maybe we can get some NXT women's tag titles back. Hey, Ava.
You know what I'm gonna say? Give me the damn Tonga twins. I've been
Oh,
waiting.
yes,
Been
yes,
waiting forever. I
yes.
even got, like I said, I got a pitch, man. Somebody just asked me. I got a perfect pitch for it. Perfect pitch for it. But great teamwork on both sides of this match. Nobody really stayed in control for too long. It felt like as soon as one team got in control, the other one fell off. Or you had, say, like Izzy being dominant on Ren while Kendall was being dominant on Tatum. And that's basically how it worked until the very end, where
Hmm.
Kendall was on fire. Kendall was fired up. Kendall had, I believe, Tatum in the ankle lock and was facing the crowd doing the ankle lock, but behind her, Ren was getting pinned. And that's how the Culling ended up actually winning the match. Wild, 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 wild. But now,
Works for
like you
me.
said, yeah, it works for me too. I know it works for you, especially because you're a big, big Izzy Dame fan right here.
Yeah,
We'll
big
we'll
one.
literally fight you via dirty look in the crowd,
And will, and
and
will.
will.
It
You
is
can
what it
say
is.
anything. It is what it is. Now, I know we just talked about Izzy, but I do have to ask you another comment about, question about Kendall. You like Kendall. You say she is a beast. Kendall's now being featured on the show almost weekly now, which is pretty dope. And I love it. So how do you feel about, like, what she actually brings to the table, being the beast that she is, like you said?
I feel good. She's a great add-on to this roster. I mean, it's probably one of the most stacked rosters in quite some time, and all she's doing is adding to that star power. She's going to go far, and I really think she's going to bring a good combination of everything to this roster that not everybody has, and I can see her going very far very soon.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the rise of Gray.
The rise of Gray, the Gray Graps, the Gray Graps. I'm excited too, man. I really think just it's something. It's different. You know what I mean? Like when Kurt Angle first came in, even with Tyra like having that kind of background, I feel like what she's doing and how she's doing it stands out so much more
Mm-hmm.
from everybody else. And
Mm-hmm.
that's fan freaking tastic, my friends. Fan freaking tastic. All right, so next match we're going to talk about is one that we mentioned came from the very beginning of the episode. At the end of Heatwave, you had Ricky Saints coming out and approaching Oba. But Josh Briggs had already said earlier in the night that he was going to be the one next in line for Oba. So, of course, if you start the show out with Ricky coming out talking his smack about being number one contender, you're eventually going to get a match for the number one contender match. So now we have Josh Briggs versus Ricky Saints. Um,
Hmm.
so unless you guys have been sleeping under a rock or just had your TV on mute anytime Briggs comes out, he's the most hated person in that crowd right now. I don't know about at home. I don't know about the internet, but inside of that building, when it comes to the 400, almost 500 people that sit in there every Tuesday, nope. Nah,
Not at all. I will
maybe
feel
maybe
it
about
until my lungs hurt.
yep, maybe about four people cheering for him tops. But it's bad. It's pretty bad. It's like Mello after he turned on Trick kind of heat. Like it's that kind of heat.
I was there for that one. That one
hmm Yeah, we almost
that
got
was hot.
kicked. We almost got kicked off of USA because of that one.
Hmm.
But yeah, but bro, even people were chanting Jensen's better, and the hate for Jensen is also very high. So if people are chanting Jensen's better to Josh Briggs, bro, that's some heat on a whole different level. Now, crazy business. But
Right.
throughout this match, Saints does the same thing that he always does, which is show just how tough he is. He just consistently gets his ass kicked in almost every match that he's in, but still somehow walks away the winner. And Saints, once again, walks away the winner here to become the number one contender for Oba Femi's title. Um, I couldn't think of anybody else outside of Javon to beat Oba, but now that Ricky's in our face about it, it makes a lot of sense. But a lot of things did happen after this. Oba came out and tried to have the classic standoff with him, and Ricky roasted the hell out of Oba's outfit, which was
Yeah,
very funny.
those sandals. You should
He
have
said,
kept
"Yeah,
those
not you coming
foot.
out here wearing white shoes and a velvet top and a black pants, bro." He got him. It's hilarious stuff. But then Dark State, out of nowhere, kind of caught me by surprise, sir. That's Courtney. Kind of caught me by surprise and end up jumping Ricky and jumping Oba. But then here come Hank and Tank to save the day. Now, I have always talked on the show about how a lot of people in the crowd don't like Hank and Tank. And now I have somebody right here on the show that is in the crowd every single week, just like I am. How do you feel about Hank and Tank, and why?
Why are they there? Okay, you lost your titles, which you probably shouldn't have got, but hey, I don't make the rules. However, it's just they're trying to put them over, but we're not going to let it happen. So they're going to figure out what they can do. But I'm just not a fan. They do nothing for me. They're probably great guys and all that great fun stuff. But if I'm watching it, for me, nothing for me yet. Here's hoping, but in this particular moment, not it for me. I'll take
Glass half
Dark
full.
over them any day.
Yeah. And this tag, I feel like this tag reign with Dark Stain is going to be a lot of fun. And they said they want all the gold. So we'll see what happens.
Well,
They seems like
Tavion's
they're.
going to get that North American title, so I don't know.
Speaking of that, and the Canadians and people involved with the Canadians, match number 5. Match number 5. I don't know if I got a screen for this or not. No, I don't. Match number 5 was Alba 5 versus Tyra May Steele. With Chelsea Green and the Secret Harvest, obviously, we're all there as well, including Ethan Page, your boy.
No boy.
Less some ego over there. And then obviously Tavion came out with Tyra. Now, I'm loving this. Tyra and Tavion are getting to work with main roster talent, and Ethan Page, who was, even though he's on NXT, also main roster talent. I don't care.
For sure.
As, the numbers game played a part a lot in this match. You could definitely tell that the distraction technique was used to almost perfection. But you can't out Tyra, and I think that once we saw that it was Alba, no offense, because we love you Alba, we love you Piper. Once we saw that it was Alba, we kind of saw that we kind of figured that Tyra was going to get over in this one, and she did, But so congratulations to Tyra May, she is the winner of this match. Now the things that happened afterwards is that Chelsea attacks her afterwards, which is cool because she still gets to continue the program with Chelsea, and well deserved. And then Tavion, yeah. Hey, Chelsea looks fantastic. Now she had this dope Toronto Raptors gear on. Fire. I wish I had a picture to put in here right now. I do on my phone, but I didn't upload it on here. But so Tavion stops Chelsea from attacking Tyra, right? And while that's happening, Ethan comes, knocks him out with the title in the back, lays him out, and then they proceed to plant the Canadian flag over the body of Tavion, while we have 2 people sitting a row and a half behind us singing the Canadian national anthem.
There's room for everybody.
Didn't get picked up on TV, but it was just a hilarious thing that happened before the match started and also right at the end of the match. So, do you think that eventually Team USA will actually get put over by Chelsea and Ethan, or do you think that they'll just end up kind of taking the loss and then getting put on the back burner like we've seen some teams in the past?
I believe they're going to get over on Ethan and Chelsea. I think Chelsea's playing exactly what she's supposed to be doing and being in this great heel from a different country, which works great with Ethan because, I mean, one of the best heels down in NXT right now. He'll get you without even saying a word, and people will just, it's over for him. So we already know how he is. But with Chelsea, this brings a different level of character with Ethan that we probably don't really see that often. He's a little bit looser, a little more playful in a good way. So I really think that that can play a factor with Tavion and Tyra getting ahead sooner rather than later. And I am ready for that hook, line, and sinker. I can't wait.
All right. Me neither, man. I'm excited for it, too. I think that sooner or later they might end up champions. I hope they bring like a mixed tag team situation, like a title or something into it. That'd be pretty cool.
Unity title like they got on CK25.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
They were cooking. They were cooking on that one. I'm not gonna lie. But all right, now this leads us to our last match of the evening. The last match of the evening featuring a lot of lovely people, great human beings. We got Fatal Influence, all 3 members, against Lola Vice, Sol Ruka, and Zarya. Big Za. Now, Big Za was having so much fun with the crowd last night. So much fun. Every 10 seconds, she was over there flexing with us, yelling at us because we were yelling at her. It was a good time. But I think the number one point to take away from this match is that JC is not to be messed with, yo. She was out there fired up, yo. It was dope.
She was showing why she was a double champion. She's showing why she's the current NXT Women's Champion. She's showing what everybody who doubted her, why they shouldn't have doubted her. And
Yeah,
I'm loving to see this.
she's doing the best work of her career easily, like
Mm-hmm.
hands down. Like there's nothing you can say to tell me otherwise or convince me otherwise. Like you just can't. She's undeniable. She shocked the world, and then she hasn't stopped riding that wave since it
And she
happened.
shocked them again, winning that TNA Women's Knockout Championship. So
Best work of
her
her
rise
career.
is going up, and I really think 2025, 2026 is going to be a good sign for JC.
Yeah, I think all of Fatal Influence, they're definitely heading up, and you can even kind of see it with just the
Yep.
small little hints they're getting at
Mm-hmm.
Jasmine kind of doing her thing too. But Lola in this match stood out. I think outside of JC, Lola was probably the second person to stand out. She was the come save the day superstar every single
Mm-hmm.
time she was tagged in. You got to give credit to Soul too, because Soul took a beating in this
Hell of a
match
beating.
for a
Mm-hmm.
while, for a very long time, and
On
then
her birthday.
on her birthday. I think we used to call that a birthday beatdown back in
Yeah.
the day.
They
Like, I
used to
don't
give
know.
birthday punches. She got like literally a birthday match and just got wrecked in that ring. All for a
Wrecked.
good cause, though.
Yeah, I think the coolest spot in the match though for me was Zarya putting Jasmine in a chokehold, climbing up on the top rope and then lifting her up. Wow, no,
Like
that's
her
insane.
ragdoll.
So lucky that Jasmine didn't actually pass out because Zarya's arms ain't small. Zarya's strong with it.
Mm-mm.
Big Zah. But last note of this match before we get to who wins, we had Laney Reed pop up in our lovely little platform up there to watch the match
Mm-hmm.
from the crowd. It's definitely given somebody's getting kicked out or something's gonna happen because Laney's just always there. I don't know if you noticed that the last couple of weeks, but she's
There's
always there.
3 titles she had her eye on.
Mm-hmm.
And now with the Speed Championship coming to NXT,
Oh yeah, she's in
that
the tournament too.
that's going to be anybody's game, and it's going to be an amazing show to watch.
Shout out to Laney, bro. Laney's so funny. Laney got announced to
Mm.
being in the tournament yesterday, and then immediately retweeted and said, "I'm fast as boy."
I saw that. I saw that.
Shout out to Laney Reed. Yeah, she's what a real one. But so this match ends with Lola Vice and Zaruka walking away as the winner. It's a very very good thing. It looks like the future is bright for Lola Vice. Looks
Mm-hmm.
like there's a championship on the way for her. Um, Soul still having both of those titles. We already know there's going to be some classics coming sooner or later. I'm just happy that Zarya isn't thrown in a tournament for one of those because I just don't want them to break up ever.
But when it happens, man,
It's going to be special.
it's going to
Hey,
be
who
special.
knows? It might happen at Homecoming, which is Tuesday, September 16th at Full Sail University. Get your tickets if you don't have them already. But now we are at the part of the show where I get to ask my guest a couple of questions.
Me?
Yes, you. A couple of questions. I have 3 questions for you, as per usual. The first one being the one that I've been asking all my guests. What is your personal favorite WrestleMania moment?
Oh God. I'm gonna go with the actual one and the honorable mention because I am. Honorable mention is every single time Stephanie McMahon was on that screen in the last recent years. When she slapped The Rock, both times she fought at WrestleMania and got her WrestleMania moment going through that table. That woman can do no wrong. But my number one, because I was there, WrestleMania 33 when the Hardys came back. That is my all-time favorite. I still get goosebumps watching that entire segment. It was amazing. That has to be my favorite all-time WrestleMania moment.
I think that's like the second. You're like the second or third guest this season who has said that is their favorite moment. That's an epic moment, dude.
Oh my
That's awesome.
goodness.
That's amazing. All right, well, thank you. Now we know Jordan's the sire of NXT. Now you know his favorite WrestleMania moment. Now, second question: what is your favorite WWE theme song and or PLE theme song? Because I know you love to listen, and you got like hella ringtones on your phone of WWE theme music. So, which one would you say is your go-to?
Okay. Go-to is absolutely for sure Stephanie McMahon's Welcome to the Queendom before it was ruined. But I also have to go with Triple H's King of Kings.
Hmm.
And I'm going to take it back. Triple H's and or Stephanie's first collaboration theme song, My Time.
Yeah.
Actually, when Stephanie got it is when it really took off for me.
Yes.
And then honorable mention, China and Tori Wilson.
Oh, Tori Wilson's a good one. That's a solid throwback there. All right, so this is really funny. This is how you know that I know you very well. Because I planned my third question basically having a guess at what the answers to the first two were going to be.
Okay.
I had a feeling that every single one of these answers were going to involve Stephanie
If
McMahon.
Stephanie pops up on this screen, I'm fainting.
No, that would be insane. I don't got it like that. I don't got it like that. No, man, I don't got it like that. But last question. What do you feel when you hear the words Stephanie McMahon?
Woo! As you guys know with the group chat, I honestly feel powerful. I feel in control. I feel like if you step to Stephanie McMahon, you better be ready to quite literally bow down because she's not going to let you get one up over on her. And if you do by any chance, you're not going to be forgotten. And she's going to make sure she gets her comeuppance one way or the other. And I look forward to it every single time. She can sing the alphabet in the middle of that ring. And I'm going to be living from A to Z.
Not the alphabet.
Yeah.
So, there she is.
I'll take it. That's a great photo.
Yeah, for those who are listening, I just, popped a gigantic photo of Stephanie up on here.
And that ring gear was great. Oh.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much, Jordan, for hopping on the show. If you would like to, drop any of your socials or anything like that so that people can follow you, let them know.
All of my socials on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Threads, and Instagram is all Catch My Vibe 89. Apparently, I'm a celebrity twin of Khalid or vice versa. So here we are. But yeah, Catch My Vibe 89. If you want to follow me, just make sure you aren't too crazy because D9.
That's right. Be respectful, my friends. Be respectful. One more time, special announcement for the NXT Homecoming Show Tuesday, September 6th, and No Mercy for Lauderdale, Florida, September 27th, my friends. September 27th. I'm excited. Grab some tickets for that, my friends. But thank you guys for being a part of episode 57. Thank you so much, Jordan, for being here. Peace out, Jordan. Everybody say bye-bye, Jordan. See you later. All right, Jordan, I'll catch you later, my friend.
All right.
All right. So now, my friends, right before, you know how it is. Thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Whatever. Look at that. There's a little button down there now. Like, subscribe, follow The Whip Show, and make sure you guys are also following bodyslam.net. This is NXT with NaJee, a part of the Wrestling Heroes and Insiders podcast, a.k.a. The Whip Show. It's been real, y'all. I'll catch you guys next week. See ya. That's great.
Life is for the dreamers like me. Journey down the stream.